The setting is DFH Stadium. The league is one of the masters, and it is a timeless classic. The Foxes and the Wolves. It will be brought to you by APM Music. Your content turned up, and I am Kendo Slice. Folks, this is one of the most timeless matchups within the annals of history of the minor league esports organization. The Foxes and the Wolves goes back to the very upstart of the Arctic Division. So these are two teams usually surrounded by team veterans that absolutely love to beat each other. Again, I'm Kendo Slice. With me today is the one and only Novanta as we bring him in over here. Novanta, how are you feeling? We're about to watch a banger.
That's great. Can you narrate my life, please? Definitely appreciate it. But you're right. We have an Arctic clash today. The Foxes and the Wolves. This year has not been too kind to both teams, but you know what? They have a chance now to get some wins in their column for the supporters who are watching live on MLE Esports GG on Twitch.
They both hold on to a shred of hope in their playoff run. Both are 5-6. Both are within reach of getting back to 500 here. 26-29 for the Wolves. The Foxes 27-28. Again, both 5-6. Thunderballs and Golden Gomez, timeless veterans on the field. Green and Apple for the Wolves. They are also in their own right MLE royalty. Everybody, I mean, This is going to be a stellar matchup, Novanta. I'm so excited, not only to see two guys that I haven't seen play in a very long time in Golden Gomez and Thunderballs, but also Green Apple. That is it, the intermingling of pairings here is
I love
more
it. Green Apple was a tag team name. I love it.
Yeah. Or Apple Green, depending on if you're word dyslexic. I'm weird. But you know, we are ready. These teams are ready. They are breaking onto the scene, ready and ready to go. The two dogs of the Arctic Division. They clash now. 5 minutes on the clock, and right off the bat, it is Thunderballs and Apple. The ball will be neutral, and Green taking advantage with a shot on early. Gomez will look to corral the ball in the side. Will lose control. Green with a shot on, and he will convert very firmly.
It's a bit unlucky for the Foxes here because to get that score for the Wolves, you had to pass Thunderballs, who's actually a stalwart on defense typically. Probably a bit of a feeling out period, but that aside, the Wolves are up 1-0.
I will say this, the Foxes have been a much greater defensive team, and I think it's been by necessity more than anything else. Almost everybody on the squad averaging over 2 saves a game. It's not necessarily by choice. They just get outshot on a regular basis. MVPRs, all about average in that high 4s, low 5s range. So they're very good at what they do defensively. They're going to be looking to create out of saves. As for the Wolves, they're a little bit more well-balanced. They're going to be trying to keep the shots and the saves even. They're going to come out with really good balance here as Green's going to get another one on the board.
Yeah, there's a reason why the Master League teams have a bit something to prove. Maybe say they're the middle child in MLE, but here's 2 great goals from the Wolves to say, hey, we can do it too. Fantastic strike.
We continue forward, my friend. 2-0, and now another one. Green from the midfield line off the kickoff. I'm actually kind of worried right now for the Foxes.
Yeah, there's a difference between having a slow start. We've all done that. Anyone's supposed to fire up the game, but dropping 3 goals against a team like this so soon, if you're the Foxes, I'm not sure what's going through your mind or comments right now, but something has to change, and quickly.
Oh my, Green again. Green is just scoring at will, and 1 minute, 4 seconds, 4 goals. I mean, divide up the extra second there, 16 seconds of goal. That's kind of an impressive pace. Not sure if he's trying to set any records here, but he's well on the way.
Hey, the goals are soft, but they're effective. When you're unmarked at this level, then you should score goals. That's your duty and responsibility, and Green's made it happen.
Well, we are going to continue to push forward here. So far, the Wolves, I'm actually baffled at this point. I'm not sure what got into the Foxes here. They have not been able to hit the broadside of a ball.
That was a timely tactical whiff from Thunderballs. He's just probably shaking his head at that one. It was a bit unlucky, but we're down 4 goals to nothing, and now 5 goals to nothing. You may start doubting your own abilities on the pitch.
Well, a minute and a half gone. Finally, a goal here from Golden Gomez, and the Foxes will break the ice of the Arctic Division Challenge here. But my goodness, it's definitely a slow start, if you ask me, from the Foxes.
Slow does not begin to describe what that first minute and a half, when they pulled one back, and I'm a firm believer in momentum, and I'm a firm believer in the psychological health of the players during the game, but the Foxes have given themselves an almost impossible hill to climb against the Wolves, and if I have to say, I don't think they have a chance of coming back so far the way they've been playing. They have to tighten up their passes, they have to get themselves back on defense and not allow easy shots like they've been doing so far.
Oh, Wolves will look to keep the offensive push going. So far, balance has been very heavy offense, but it's mainly due in part to the fact that Foxes have been letting them have it that way. Oh, and a great pass by Golden Gomez, or the Thunderballs. Golden Gomez is going to put this one away.
Hey, you score a second goal, 2 goals unanswered. You're probably telling you guys, nice job, but we have work to do. Now, but if you are the Wolves, you let 2 goals happen so quick back to back. Don't get too confident, because that's how you lose in this league.
Looks like Green has lost connection here. They are already firmly in the lead, so Apple left to defend. He apparently is on his way back, though, according to what we saw in the game chat. Golden Gomez and the Foxes gonna take the time to score here. Full product replays here as Green does get back in time. It won't be a terrible loss of, 2 goals. Yes, you definitely hate to see it, but they were able to score so many goals early on in this game that they could actually afford that.
Hey, look, conceding goals is part of the game. If you're the Wolves, I'm a bit worried that you're allowed 3 goals conceded. I understand there's some connection issues, but now you got to score a goal yourself to get back ahead, to turn the tide of momentum back and swing in your favor.
Thunderballs. Up and over, the off of the player Green, almost off of the backboard. I could see what he was going for, but Green did not get caught up on the crossbar. It'll be Thunderballs in the corner. Towards the mid, Golden Gomez will get it centered for Thunderballs, but not able to get around it. The angle just was not there. A 50-50 win for Apple, and a demo firmly cleared into the offensive zone of the Wolves. Apple pushing forward. Another touch will just be wide, unable to get the almost single-digit angle out of that shot. And it would have been a very beautiful thing to see, but no execution there.
No execution there. You live it over a minute to go. Fox Thunderbolts has a shot on goal, but it's not enough. Ambitious Apple clears it away. This is what I'm talking about. Now you're the Foxes. They've been letting back in the game. They're taking the shots that you would have been hesitant after that first minute. Again, the Wolves have a responsibility, nay, say a job, to make sure they make the Foxes make more mistakes like how they were making in the first minute of this contest.
And the Golden Gomez going to win the 50-50, needs to convert, and does. Brings it in within 52 seconds to go.
What a topsy-turvy game. Golden Gomez stuck with it, and he was all alone for his own assist, his own insurance policy. Being down 5-0 and being within 1 with less than a minute to go, well, that's Master League for you.
Now off the kickoff, Thunderballs. The Foxes will control for now. He pushed all the way back. Thunderballs going for the risky play for the long clear. Does not get it. Not sure that is what you want to be going for at this stage of the game. Thunderballs does get across. Let's stick with this as well, but Apple is able to get there. In pushes across. Golden Gomez, the 50-50 loss. 20 seconds left. The Foxes need to take control. They need to do it now. It'll be pressed towards the middle. Thunderballs the entire time under constant contact with Green. Love the physicality here. He's going to get it mid, though, for Golden Gomez. And that is not a shot on. Still dangerous. In the box, it will drop down. Can they keep this up? Not quite. And the Wolves will breathe a sigh of relief after losing a man in this for just a moment.
What a game! So far in this series, it looked like the Wolves were in a different league altogether, but the Foxes scratched and clawed their way back into this. Yes, they lose the game, and yes, they're down in the series, but to score 4 goals after being down by 5, it's about that grit the Foxes need to tap into if they want to win more games in this series.
Yeah, and there's going to need to be adjustments for both sides. The Wolves, they started out really, really strong, but it's not very often you can sustain that kind of start. And I think part of it was due in part to the fact that the Foxes looked so cold. They were off their game. Just straightforward. The Foxes no longer off their game. They look like a much better opponent towards the tail end of this match. And I'd like to see a little bit more from the Foxes as far as the control portion of the game goes, because the Wolves, Green especially, showed us they can score on a whim, and that is a very dangerous trait to have. Green, 5 goals so far. Time to see what changes are made here in game number 2 as the Wolves and the Foxes, they slot in. Brand new slate, brand new clock for them to work with.
Can't wait, Kendo.
Off the kickoff, it will be Green, and this will be dangerous in the box. It looks like we've switched up colors as well as the Wolves now in a brilliant purple. Me likey.
It's Halloween, man. Why not?
I know, right? You got the classic purple and orange. I feel like this is like a special edition color that they're going for here. I might be wrong. If the Wolves now have purple in their color set, that is actually mildly appealing to me. Sky blue and purple. That's what I'm working with on a regular basis, my friend.
Work it.
We get back to a little bit more things. Of the Foxes desperately needing something. It's going to be a ball in the box. Apple will press it across and make sure it stays out of harm's way. Extra touch here. Will Green go for it? No. Thunderballs missing altogether. Forces Green to take this into the corner. The Wolves will take control in the defensive zone. Both teams looking a little sloppy through this first minute.
Yeah, that's an understatement there. The first game looked a bit of a game of having 2 halves. This one looks like a bit of a mishmash between both squads. Maybe they try to implement new game plans simultaneously, but let's hope that straightens itself out soon.
Oh, there's a bomb. Golden Gomez is going to get through off a great assist by Thunderballs. It's not just the touch here. It is the physical play. Takes Green completely out. That's a red light on any defense out of Green.
I love the fact that Golden Gomez opted to stay in the mid-pitch when Thunderballs went to the left flank. That gave him the opportunity for the second shot, and it paid dividends. It bared fruit. 1-0 the Foxes.
Good patience, my friend. Thunderballs able to just not be patient at all here. He's going to power through.
This is the reason why they call him the Canadian Eater of Worlds. Thunderballs with a barreling down the goal. No one can touch it. Untouchable. 2-0 the Foxes.
I'm curious, Nova, did that come from you, or who actually gave him that nickname?
I think it was his agent. Yeah.
He has an agent?
Yeah.
Does the agent get paid?
Probably.
Does Thunderballs get paid? Anyway, Apple's gonna see it go back the other way. The Wolves with a quick answer.
Now, isn't he an ambitious Apple? Look at that shot over his opponent, man. That takes guts, and it worked out for him. 2-1 the Foxes, but the Wolves are on the board.
A juicy serve that will cut the lead in half. You might call him a fruit ninja. But Thunderball is going to see this ball right back into the mid. Does not capitalize upon it. Apple up and over Gomez. 2v1 if he can stick with it. Unable to do so. Thunderballs with the long clear. Green will get it wide just for now. And Thunderballs would have loved a little bit better placement on that shot. Instead, it'll just be Green bringing it right back again. Still, both teams looking a little more sloppy than I'd like. The opportunities are there, though, and we're starting to see them be a little more comfortable in setting them up. We're also seeing some fantastic defense. That blocked by Apple on Thunderball's shot. Case in point.
Yeah, I love the fact that Golden Gomez is getting more involved in the defensive end as well. A lot of it, at the first game, it seemed it was all on the shoulders of Thunderballs, but to have a bit of a platoon back there opens up attacks for both players. Again, confusing your opponents, giving them a second shooting option, and that's why they're in the lead right now.
Here's Thunderballs. One just high, literally fractions of an inch from being a top cheese goal. Dead. Ended up just being a pass that had no climax towards the
Is that
end
a second
of
cheese? A lower cheese?
We call that Gorgonzola.
Ah.
Or Gorgonzola, yes. Gorgonzola, lesser cheese. Never mind.
Fair enough.
Does anybody even use Gorgonzola cheese anymore? I'm a monster when it comes to puns. We want to stay away
Munster
from
is
this.
OP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's
Whoa.
okay.
It gets Gouda from here.
Oh, Lord.
We'll stop this right in its tracks. I'm pretty sure exclamation point Fire Kendo is back in the chat once again. We still have 70 seconds left. Plenty of ample opportunity for an ambitious Apple and Green to get a shot on, but they're going to have to defend better than that.
Here you go, Thunderballs. See, this is what I'm talking about. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. Thunderballs, a little bit timid in game one, was able to put himself down for the second strike. It was on goal this time, even if it wasn't. It was a fantastic idea to go for it, and that's why, again, the Foxes are scored, and they're up 3-1 with a minute to go.
Yes, I can see the chat now. Everyone's screaming. The riots have begun, Nova. And I am just here comfy in the booth. The Wolves are going to look to fill the Swiss situation that they have going on in their defense. And Apple was going to bring this ball into the corner. Can he get a shot on? Yes, he can. It will be Gomez to keep it out for now. Thunderballs, maybe a little bit of follow-up. He's going to center it to Golden Gomez. I love the back pass there. And Gomez just going to control this game out. 25 seconds. Shot on. Thunderballs goes for the demo instead of the shot for the goal. That was a wide open net.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're already up, so not that big of a thing. But when you have that situation, you got to go for it, man. Don't go for the demo. Go for the shot.
Well, we have reached 0 seconds here. The Wolves, too little too late. The Foxes able to turn this one around, and now they are starting to heat up. They win 3-1, and it was with less shot, or it was with only 2 more shots than what the Wolves were able to put on. Granted, it's a 2-goal win. Those 2 shots could have played a big difference.
Sure, but it was a difference between day and night. Now, there's one thing about conceding so many goals up front for the Foxes in game one, but you scored 4 goals in the first game, which would have got you a win in any other planet, any other dimension except for that first game. Now we're seeing the Foxes being more comfortable in their space. You're seeing Golden Gomez be involved in more plays on offense and defense, freeing Thunderballs to try more shots with a little bit more confidence, and that could be the difference. Now, if you are the Wolves, you gotta shut it down, you gotta snuff it out. Take to the skies, because the Foxes aren't nearly as accurate as they are once you get the rocket boost involved.
I will say this, Nova, the Galactic game was the last one. That was when the Eclipse were in, so I love the planetary references, but we could use a little more of that the previous game. So if you have a time machine, now's the time to do it. We will rehash that one on the flip side with Kendo 317.
I'll ask Thunderbolts'
Apple
agent.
Yes. So let's break into some Doctor Who references, shall we? Never mind. Here we go again. We have a tie match, 1-1 going into game 3. So this is going to be a very pivotal game 3. I would say the thing that these two teams want the least is an extremely close series. One team literally is going to have to get beat hard, and Green wants to make sure it's the Foxes.
Yeah, Green's shade of game 1, going to the sky with a bit more accuracy than his opponents, and that is the key. If sticks to that game plan, he could be unplayable when it's all said and done.
Well, first goal, 8 seconds. We'll see if the Wolves can keep this up, specifically Green. And now Thunderball shot on Green, unable to do anything about it. Fruit's flying, my friend.
So we've gone from a rout to a scrappy game to an absolute war of attrition in game 3. Hey, I'm here for it. Why not?
15 seconds, 2 goals so far. And is Golden Gomez winning this kickoff. We'll get the ball down to Thunderballs. Shot towards the net. It was a tough ass into the corner. And gets the clear. Thunderballs to chase. We'll have a tactical retreat here. Good handle off the sidewall. We'll get it to Golden Gomez, but not enough control. Apple misses out on the ball. Green's going to have to get around it, and they're going to completely miss out on a counterattack opportunity that really presented itself with ample time.
Yeah, sometimes you attack the ball a bit too quickly than you can handle it. You're left going, oh man, whoops. And that's exactly what happened there. Right position, just a little bit off target.
Emma coming out by Apple on Thunderballs. They open up the defensive slot. Not quite, though, when they will fumble and miss that ball altogether. Gomez doesn't get the punish, and Green back the other way. Both teams picking up their pace, and we're seeing more mistakes from it, which is mildly concerning. At this point, though, the first team to punish a mistake is going to be the team that takes the lead.
Yeah, it's all about maintaining your shape and maintaining your positioning on the pitch. And so far, the Wolves have the edge. But will they break down? Will they have the mental errors just like that there that can cause them to concede more goals than they need to?
It's a good ball by Thunder. He will fall on it, get 2 saves for his effort. Green handles out of the corner. Apple. This will be a long ball, placed well, and he follows it up off of the Thunderballs miss.
So I am not sure what Thunderballs was trying to do, was to trap the ball or to boom it away, but it didn't work out for him, and it was easy pickings for ambitious Apple. 2-1, the Wolves.
Well, Foxes, last time they were in this situation, they answered quickly with kickoff goal. If they're able to do that here, Thunderballs into the corner. Will fly high for this one, but doesn't get much more than his opponent's boost. Green will dump it. Lacks the chase, though. Does turn on his Apple. We'll get this across for Green. Green gets by, one shot, scores! And the Wolves now with a 2-goal lead.
Right like a bagel through the middle. Look at the shot from Green, wrapping around, making sure he's squared up over one and both the members of the Foxes. There's your score, and now the Wolves have a little bit of breathing room at halftime in this game.
Wow. As you said, halftime in this game, it will be Green. Try to carry this ball on. Does not do so very well. Golden Gomez back the other way. Has the flick. It'll be up and over. Green interrupting the shot on from Thunderballs. But he's going for it anyway, boys. We'll do it live. Golden Gomez just able to trap it out. The Foxes have an opportunity if they can get around this ball for a 2v1. A double demo is going to leave the 1v1, and Thunderballs is backward. It's going to be a shot up from Green. Thunder just able to keep this one out. Keeps his team alive here in game 3.
What a save, and gets the savior tag. True to his stats all season, he has to be back on defense a lot, and that's caused him a lot of saves. But can they counterattack? Can they get a save and get some space in front of them to score and to punish their opponents? That's the key for them to come out ahead. Or not. Score for the Wolves, Kento.
Okay. Both these teams have a lot of help from the Saber, or a lot of help from the Puffins. The Sabers are the team currently that have their own fate in their hands within the Arctic Division. And with a 5-0, the Sabres can knock both of these teams out of the divisional race. They'd still be in the wild card race, but again, the one thing both of these teams do not want is a loss or a close, even series score. They desperately want the Wolves, especially. They want to get back to 500 at the very least. And Gomez, he's doing his part here in Game 3. Just, they're still down 2 with 79 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's true. We talk about that in MLE. Every game, every match counts, and it's easy to scoff that or just say, "Oh, commentator or caster, you tripping, homie." But really, now we're hitting playoffs, and some teams can be actually eliminated based on past indiscretion. So this is why it matters. This is why it's so important. I really hope that one team comes out ahead and have those wins they can put in their win columns. So you just have a shot at the playoffs.
I do know this, I am definitely tripping, but the Foxes are not. And Gomez gonna put this one through. Excellent pass here by Thunderballs. Puts it off the sidewall and in for Golden Gomez. It's about the only explanation we have for me, Nova. I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
I'm gonna start a rehire Kendo in the chat. Is that cool?
It's already actually been started, my friend. Flobo, thank you. We will be back to business now. 40 seconds left. The Foxes are exhibiting a chance, but it is Green who's going to try to put that chance away.
This may be called a game breaker goal. The Foxes were feeling a bit of momentum, but again, 36 seconds left to go in the game. The Wolves are again to a front.
If you're the Foxes, you desperately want this win right now. Bring you back to 500 for the season. Thunderballs hard off the backboard, a miss completely. Thunderballs will just get around it, doesn't allow the slow roller back. But at this point, the damage is done. 22 seconds, no opportunity. Is Apple gonna put this in? What an angle.
Oh my goodness, walked it in downtown. Ambitious Apple, an ambitious shot, and it worked out for him. That is buying low and selling high. Good job, sir.
I would have bought low when I had the chance. But anyway, my friend, that is another story for another day. I'll put this towards the mid. Thunder shot on. It could start with one. We've seen crazier things in the MLE, but they don't get the goal there. This one pretty much in the book. And only solace available to the Foxes in the closing moments of this one. Thunderballs will put it high. The demo allows the ball to fall. The Wolves are going to win game number 3.
Yeah, it looks like the Wolves are in the driver's seat, no pun intended, because I absolutely detest puns. If I'm Thunderballs, you got to get more aggressive. I'm looking at Golden Gomez. He is trying hard as you speak. Thunderballs needs a little bit more of it up to keep up with them. I've saw many a times when the Wolves have shot on goal to have Thunders cross off to the side or not trap that last dodge. That means a lot to the spirit of a team. You still have some games left in the series. Act like it. You can do it if you really want to come away with some extra game wins.
Well, they do have 2 more games in this series, but again, both these teams want to win as much as they possibly can. The Wolves, if they win out, will break even. They'll be back to 300 on the season. So that's something for them to set their sights upon. The Foxes have to win out in order to break their season back to 500. At this point, it's 2 games to rule them all. The one thing I think both these teams do not want, they don't want to lose anymore.
That's absolutely true. You're so close to missing the playoffs completely. Even before the game's even started, the last thing you want to do is be shut out due to your own hand.
Everybody going to slot in for game. It's all on the line between these 2 teams, the Wolves, the Foxes, and 0-0, the Goose Eggs, just waiting to be broken for a game 4 breakfast. We'll see how this goes. as Thunderballs and green. It'll be neutral for Apple. Gives this up to Thunderballs. This is going to be towards the net. Thunderballs just one toss. Golden Gomez, though, still has a chance, and he'll be high off the bar and out. The Foxes, the humanity, they're so close to putting this ball in, but missed two ample opportunities.
They missed two ample opportunities. Thankfully, it's early enough in the game where that doesn't start to affect you in your play style. Again, you have a chance, come up for a shot, take it. Now accuracy is the name of the game, and the Foxes need that if they want to pull ahead.
It'll be Apple. Apple with the up and over on Gomez. He's going to keep it forward. Not able to get by Thunderballs, though, and this is quality defense. Quick transition back. Green gets it to the corner, but Gomez has control there. Thunderballs taking his time. Might have wanted to move up a little bit, but I don't mind the conservative play. You want to be the first person to score, first team to score in this match. So a conservative positioning isn't necessarily a bad thing unless you get punished for just hesitation being back there.
That's just it. I feel like it's one of the problems of Foxes. It has been giving the Wolves too much respect and space, and the Wolves have capitalized that. Now, it may not be reflected in the scoreline in some of the games, but if you're the Foxes, you have nothing to lose to get more aggressive, to not hand back, to put a fender out there, maybe even get a demo or two to show you mean business.
Green 50-50 win. It's going to be a neutral ball in the midfield. Thunderballs across for Golden Gomez, but they are going to miss the connection there. Another touch by Gomez. Green into the corner. Thunderballs there. Both teams just kind of exchanging possession back and forth. We haven't seen as much constructive thought as I'd like, and we definitely haven't seen too many solo plays. Green gonna punish the overcommit here. The long ball. The Wolves on the board first.
I was just about to say the Wolves are hanging back and being conservative themselves, but that shot right there is money. There was no one back to clear it away, and the Wolves are up 1-0.
The defensive stratagem does work within the realm of twos. You can punish overcommits very easily, so why not play a little bit harsher defense? Make sure that it's very tough for your opponents to play on, especially when they've made mistakes. They've shown that they are making mistakes, and it hasn't really stopped too much here. Now it will be Green. Looking to carry this out. Does miss the flick altogether. Gomez with a chance. Can he jump on this? He's going to carry it all the way through, but Apple on the backboard early. I like the defensive positioning.
That's pretty awesome. You know what? I'm actually impressed about the position here. You're absolutely right. And the fact is, we're deep in the series and we're still getting these formation changes. I'm a fan. That just shows both teams really want to win. Whether or not they are doing it the best way possible remains to be seen, but I love the effort.
Thunderballs middle, takes it away from Gomez. You just had to put it center. Green might be able to run this all the way back. Gets it up for Apple, but Gomez will get that touch. I guarantee he wants that one back. Thunderballs. Trust your teammate, my friend. Trust him.
We talk about trusting teammates. When you're down and you have so much pressure on you as an individual player, as a member of the team, and playoffs looming, sometimes you don't want to pass. Sometimes you want to give yourself a shot. In your mind, you're always a hero. You're always player one. But right now, it's a team sport. Thunderballs, get your teammate involved. Golden Gomez is there, waiting, willing, and able to do the dirty work for you. Make sure you help him out.
On Green. We'll reach around this ball. Does finally get to it. Thunderballs has to be patient as it will roll up the wall. We'll get it over Golden Gomez again. It's another double commit due to the fact Thunderballs carrying it through Gomez. You got to know they're communicating. It's just something's getting lost in translation at this point. That's 2 times in this game where they have completely missed each other.
Yeah, it's a bit of nerves. I think they know the stakes of this series and then the playoff race as well. Because these kind of things were not happening in Game 1. It was them being slow on the ball. Now they're on the ball. They're just crossing paths. Crossing streams? I don't know.
That's when MLE and MLE 2 are running. Right now it's just MLE. Anyway, Thunderball's going to get this one off of the mistouch by Apple. And we've thought to carry the day, but I think he should stop trying to go for that off of the sidewall. A straight-on approach might be better for those solo plays. Does a good job here converting. They tied the game up, 25 seconds to go. Still anyone's contest. This will be Gomez up and over. Thunderballs not able to get the touch on. Ample's got an open net. Just needs to see it down, but Gomez will get there in time. The shot on by Green will be saved by Gomez. And the Wolves looking to get one more, will not. This is most likely going to fall overtime, game number 4.
If you're the Wolves right now, you got to score quickly, because the fact the Foxes have been playing as substandard as they are and they held it to 1 goal, stranger things have happened. You got to score now if you want to win this game.
You are correct, sir. Stranger things have happened. We're just waiting for next season. Thunderballs will not get past Green. The Wolves taking their time bringing this ball up.
Nice.
Oh, and here's Green with a 2v1. My thought right there, you gotta leave that ball and go for the demo on Gomez. Seal the deal. You have a 2v1. It's firmly locked in place. Instead, you end up going straight into the defender who's already there. You probably just should have driven your car into said defender.
Yeah, bold move leaving up the chance like that, but maybe it's a little bit of some frazzled nerves here. We're in overtime. We're in a very, very hot contentious series. Maybe the Wolves want to, end it and move on.
Well, both these teams will look to pull it together. We've been a minute in overtime. They're going to be looking for some frazzle-dazzle, my friend. Make lemonade out of the lemons that have come out from some of these mistouches. It's going to be a ball down. Thunderballs with a chance. It's Apple just keeping this away. Big stall here by Thunderballs. It's a ball in the box. Gomez is up early, but Apple, equal to the task, will get the clear away. We are now 90 seconds into this overtime. Both teams missing out on opportunities.
Yeah, props to the Foxes trying to make, as they say, I'm going to mix metaphors here, lemonade out of chicken salad, and it gets a goal for them there, deep into overtime. Thunderballs with the roll. Maybe you heard me on stream and says, you know what, Novanta, I'm going to score just to prove a point. Thunderballs with the game winner.
Well, the Wolves did not get many shots on that game at all, and it feels bad moment for them, because now potentially the worst thing has happened to them. They have lost in this one. They're firmly going to be under 500 after this game. The Foxes, they still have a shot at it. They got one more crack at it. They need to win this last game in order to put themselves into any legitimate conversation in these last 2 weeks.
And that game was the most critical for the Wolves. You go to training all week, you do all the scrims, you do all the practice and runs, and you are the stronger team on the pitch. But they had many times to score, you didn't get it done. The game goes to overtime, and you know when a team is as unpredictable as the Foxes, you are susceptible to goals, and that's what cost them. It's a heartbreaking moment for Wolves and Wolves supporters, and let's hopefully get a consolation the next game.
Well, my friend, we get probably, despite both of these teams being very disappointed in this result, regardless, I will say this. We, the viewer, we, the spectator, get the finest achievement of Rocket League glory, and that is a decisive best-of-5, game number 5. So everybody going to slot in. It's going to be, once again, a fresh slate for both teams. And I would like to see, they've had 4 games to really warm up to each other, feel each other out. I want to see as refined play as possible out of both of these teams. We'll see if they can deliver in game number 5 as off the kickoff. This is going to be early pressure for the Wolves. Apple, push it across. We haven't quite seen the Wolves be that vicious canine from the very early portion of game number 1. I wonder now if that was just a one-time thing, or again, it may have been the Foxes just out of the den.
Yeah, definitely hard to tell. I mean, maybe it's game 5, the claws are out, the hooves are out, as you say. So, yeah, I totally agree with you.
There is Green defensively. will keep Golden Gomez off the scoreboard yet again. Apple. Ball up, around, and down, but not on the nose. It'll be played away by Golden Gomez. Shot towards the net. Green will get... Well, it doesn't get the save, but it was a save, in my opinion. But we're not going to go into my opinion here. It is, it is Thunderbolts back the other way. Both teams have had ample opportunity, and the defense has held solid for the Wolves here early.
I would say that if you're the Wolves, you must be feeling yourselves right now. You know, you're in Game 5. Things didn't go your way this series, but hey, you know what? You may be, telling your friends about how you made it happen in Game 5.
90 seconds gone by. Still scoreless. Golden Gomez. Golden opportunity shot. Scores the first blood for the Foxes.
Nice. You know what? I think this might be one that puts a little bit of a jump in the step of the team right now. Fantastic strike.
I was looking at the records here, though, Nova. That the one thing that these two teams share perfectly in common is a losing streak against winning teams. Granted, neither... Oh, my. Thunderbolts is going to get a goal here. Neither of these teams have had a win against a winning team. They're going to have to change that, regardless of this result, after this match going into the next couple weeks, in order to see themselves into any dangerous spot for the playoffs. I will say this, though, as we continue forward, it's now a 2-goal lead. The Foxes will look to push. It's Thunderbolts not able to get around. Oh, he actually does get around. It will be pushed on. Apple looking for the shot. Does it go all the way? Not quite. And Green unable to get the finish. They will stall the ball out. And I've been informed I may have lost my co-caster here for a second. He will be right back, folks. But, you know, a moment with Kendo can be a very, very dangerous, beautiful thing. As it is 2-1 now. Ambitious Apple, good tenacity to stay with that ball. Green will put it away. So now, a light has been shined upon the Wolves. We will see how everything goes from here as we approach halftime. Off the kickoff, it will be Apple missing out. Thunderbolts almost trapping that ball down in a very dangerous spot. 2:22 left on the clock. Thunderbolts carry back into the offensive zone. Green is there to defend. As looking to just stall this ball out. Probably a very wise tactic to make sure the Wolves don't get the opportunities that they would like within the confines of the offensive quarter. Apple to slap this ball through the mid. Thunderbolts is going to miss it altogether. It's going to be Green trying to get around. It's going to be centered, but Apple's a little too far back, and just enough of that was gotten in contact of by Golden Gomez to send it wide. Just testing the waters here. I believe I do have Nova back. Are you there, my friend? Okay, I just wanted to make sure as we are continuing forward. And Apple, the own goal. Oh, no. Definitely an abstract look here. But anyway, just had a realization. No one could hear you there, my friend, but Thunderbolt is going to keep this going forward. Apparently it's a V-Mix thing, Nova, just to let you know. So that Thunderbolts will get another goal. At this point, it's broken open. 3 goals to go for the Wolves in order to tie this up. 1:21 still on the clock, and I do apologize, folks, for the technical difficulties. We will continue to push through them. The Foxes are pushing through, being a team on the rise, on the losing end of their record. but they will try to seize their opportunity here and reach back for a 500 season. Apple up and around. Our demo Apple completely out of this one. It is Gomez. The push forward and
nice.
Nova, the time is running out.
Well, I'm not sure the Wolves are going to score again, but I will say this. There's a parting shot for the Foxes. 5-1. They have just said from starting down 5 goals in game 1 to scratching and clawing their way to such a dominant showing in game 5. They have a lot to be proud about when it's all said and done. Good shot. Good show.
Very good show indeed, and it will be the Foxes. I've never quite seen 4 goals in this short a period of time. I'm all but sure that this one is going to end in favor of our fuzzy friends, the Foxes. And the Wolves will go back to first grade because they still cannot spell their name right. Absolute pity. Anyway, here comes ambitious Apple. Look on this one. Green, can he get the extra touch? Not quite. The Foxes will go away with this one. They get back to 500, but they're going to wish they got so much more.
Yeah, this is one of the most unique series I've been a part of this season. The first minute, the first game, I said this is going to be the Wolves in the runaway. And the Foxes said, no, we're going to stick with the plan, whatever that plan may be, because I couldn't tell what that was. And they walked away with a series win. So congratulations to the Fox organization. Even though the playoff options, the playoff odds are slim, you tried your best, and that's all you can do right now this late in the season.
Yes, that is really all you can do. And for the Wolves, they go down. Now, it will be a 28-32 record. They are really on the outside looking in. The Foxes, it was a rough go of it. They're probably going to be out of the division. The Sabres just need a 4-1 over the Puffins to put them out of the division race. But that also could go a long way in putting them into the wild card race. Because the Puffins, if I remember correctly, are one of their competitors in the way for a wild card slot. But my friend, I will say this. We saw both these teams really grind it out. We saw the Wolves try to overcome a man going out early in the first game. They were able to do that in game number 1, but didn't quite work out for them the rest of the way. The Foxes, they got jumped on early, but they just continued to build momentum throughout the series, and it was a beautiful sight to behold.
It was. And once the Foxes decided to get a little bit more aggressive with their attack, it was able to slice and dice the Wolves' defense and have games lay out in their favor. And that's what they really need to take from today's game. Yeah, some of the games weren't the best. They weren't the best technical showing, but aggression does work. If you can't figure out your plan, you can buy yourself some time with a more aggressive action on that pitch.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm going to go buy myself a pair of quote-unquote Fox socks.
You do that.
They socked the Wolves in this one. Anyway.
Hey, it's Halloween, man. Oh.
Folks, if you like extremely bad humor, that's probably why you're still here. But I know this much. It's a lot of discount humor. So why don't we talk to you about our lovely friends over at Balls Guarana one more time for the road, folks. It is one of the most solid energy sodas you will find. You can find it at your local neighborhood markets. Check it out, balls.com. You can order online right there. Find a location near you that does sell it. It is a perfectly crisp, highly caffeinated soda for your every need. My personal favorite, still to this day, is root beer.
I'm a cherry guy.
Ooh. Cherry cola, close second. Cherry cola, close second. I got a bottle of cherry cola behind the green screen. It's legitimately there. The thing is, again, if I have more than one in a day, my heart will do loop-de-loops. It's kind of crazy when a guy like me still loves a product that much. He's still drinking it even though he shouldn't. Anyway, folks, it's been a wild night. It's going to get even more wild as you are staying safe with your tricks and treats, your howls and ghouls. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful night, and we will see you tomorrow for more minor league esports action. Stay tuned for the raid. Good night, everybody.